Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a long time since I've been here, since I've filmed anything, and I'm back with no hair, as you guys can see. But yeah, basically today I just want to do a little tutorial on how to do eyeshadow for hooded eyes. So as you can see, my eyes are extremely hooded. I have like no lid at all, and I want to just show you guys different ways to achieve a beautiful eye look where you have a lid when you don't really have a lid. You catch my drift? So anyways, today I'm going to be doing one eye where I'll be doing a cut crease, and then on the other eye, I'll be doing just a basic smoky eye. And I feel like those are two, well, it's not necessarily going to be a smoky eye. It's just going to be like a light colored, like wash of like, you'll see. But basically it's not a cut crease. It's just a softer look. And I feel like those are necessarily like the looks, like the two most basic looks that we usually do, you know? So we're gonna stop chatting. I'm gonna hop into the video. Let's do this. Alright. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna start off by just priming my eyelids, and I am going to use the Anastasia eye primer. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, and we're gonna apply that to the eyes. So I think on this eye, I'm gonna do the cut crease. Yeah, and I'm gonna use the Anastasia Riviera palette just because it's right in front of me. Okay, so I'm gonna just start off with like my biggest tip that really like changed everything for me when it came down to eyeshadow placement, and it was the size of your brushes. So considering you have smaller eyes and you know, or they're hooded, you don't have as much eye space, as much lid space as other people, you want to go in with smaller brushes because that's going to give you the definition that you need to create for the illusion that we're going to create on the eye. So that was a lot, but I'm just gonna start off by showing you. So I'm just gonna take this deep brown shade called Palm from the Anastasia palette, and I'm gonna make sure I find right into the socket of my crease. So if you see it, it'll be right in here. Okay. You can even tilt your head back a little bit, and you'll see where the socket of your natural crease is. So I'm just gonna start on the outer corner, and then you're gonna keep following right in the pocket of the eye. And you could feel it. You could just stick your brush in there. Just like that, as you can see. This is already starting to create where your new crease is. Cool. Now, I'm just gonna build that up a little bit more. For the next step, we're gonna grab a fluffy blending brush. This is the MAC 217S. And what's really nice about this brush, if you could see, it's a little dirty, so don't mind that. But it's fluffy, but it tapers right here. It just tapers at the top. So what's nice about that is that it's gonna give us the precision that we want, but it's still gonna blend out the color. So I'm gonna take Cabana, which is just this lighter camel color in the palette. I'm just gonna brush that off. And now we're gonna go right on top of the previous shade and just blend that out. So now we have the rough shape of it. I'm just gonna go right back in and deepen up that brown color one more time. So as you can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see very well, but my natural fold, you see when I look directly, I barely have any lid space, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lid right up top there, right where the dark color ends. So I'm gonna pick up a small brush, a concealer brush or whatever, and I'm gonna cut the crease and give myself a brand new eyelid. So picking up the same Anastasia primer, whenever I could find it. Why do I do this to myself? I put things down and I can't find them. Right here, my dumbass. Alright, So a little bit on the back of my hand again, and now I'm just going to carefully cut the crease. Like a little cheat code you could do is you could put a little bit of concealer right on the bottom, like that, and then look all the way up, just like that. And then that's gonna give you where your natural crease would be, like where your natural lid would be. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little bit above that so that you could see it when I'm looking directly on you, just like that. Boom. So look at that. So now that I'm done, as you can see, when I'm looking directly on, it looks like I have a crease now. It looks like I actually have a lid, is really what I meant. And now I'm just gonna close that off with the same brown shade on the edge. Now we're gonna pop a shimmer on. I'm just gonna pop this goldy shade. Or brush, just get right into the inside. All right, so as you guys can see, there we go, a simple little eye look. I'm just gonna apply some liner on the lash line. And that's another thing, when you have hooded eyes, you wanna make sure your liner is very small because that's just gonna take up more space from the lid that you just created. Okay, so for the next eye, what we're gonna do is something more subtle. It's basically kind of like the same thing as this because we're creating like a new shape, but what we're doing, it's not gonna be as harsh. So we're not gonna be cutting the crease. It's not gonna be like a harsh crease. So for this, let's do some color. So I'm just gonna start off with Coastline. It's just a peachy color. So I'm gonna pick up the Morphe M433 and I'm gonna pick up some of the color Coastline. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start applying this color in the crease. Also doing the same thing where we were just feeling the socket of the bone, just sticking your brush in there. And that's why it's so important to have smaller brushes too, because if you were using a big old huge brush, say like a brush like this, it's obviously dirty, so we're not gonna use this brush, but something like this is just gonna blow out the color so much more. So you wanna concentrate the color in a smaller area. So if you see the difference, this one is much fluffier, it's bigger, wider. You see, as I turn it, you can see how much wider it is, as opposed to this one where it's pinched at the ferrule of the brush, which makes it a little more compact, but then it fluffs out the edges and makes it a fluffy brush, and it's not as big. So this is gonna be good to concentrate the color right in the areas that you need it. And honestly, if you have hooded eyes or just small eye space in general, this is one of the brushes you need to have in your collection. It's amazing. It's the Morphe F433 and it's only probably like $6, maybe even less. So let me quickly just buff this color into my crease. And my purpose for doing this first, because I'm gonna put the same color on my lid, but my purpose of blending this out in my crease first is so that I don't have a mess of color all over my eye. So this is also letting me know where I'm gonna stop the color once I start applying it onto the lid. So I'm only gonna be applying it like very, what's the word I'm trying to use? I'm only gonna be applying it with a lot of pigment on the lid and in the crease, right here in the crease. We're gonna look up and we're gonna find the bone socket right in there, and that's what we're really defining. And then we're just gonna lightly diffuse that color and blow it out like that. So see, we just have a light wash of color. And now I could even use that same brush. I'm gonna use the same brush. Like I said, it gets pinched at the ferrule, so it's a little more flat on these two sides. Since it gets pinched right here, it's flatter, and then it gets fluffy on the edges. But since it's flatter, we're just gonna pick up the flatter side and dip into the same color. And now we're gonna pack that onto the lid. So if you wanted to, you could stop right here and just leave the eye look at this, put some mascara on, run some of this color on your bottom lash line, and just be out of the door. And it would be beautiful, understated, but gorgeous. But since we're me, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick up Monte Carlo, which is another pink shade in the, what's it called? The Riviera palette by Anastasia. And it's just a deeper pink, a dustier, like mauve pink. And I'm just gonna apply that on the lid. I'm applying that on the lid, and I'm not taking it up too high. I'm just taking it right up to the crease. So now we have two different colors blended together. To finish it off, I'm just gonna use some of the Diamond Lights finisher from Artist Couture and Spotlight Glitz. And I'm gonna pop that right onto the lid. I'm gonna pick this up with my fingers. And I'm gonna tap it right. Basically, I'm not gonna let my finger go any higher than where the bone, my natural bone is. See where it's right here, you can feel it. So that's where my bone is. So I'm gonna apply this shimmer, but I won't be going any higher than that. But as you can see, with my hooded eyes, my bone is hidden beneath my flat right here, you see? So that's why I have like no lid. So once I apply this, you'll see how it changes everything. And I hope this picks up on camera the way it's picking up in person. As you can see now, this is a much subtler way to still see shine on your lid. I'm just gonna finish both of these eyes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just quickly finished my eyes off camera, and I don't know if you could really see. I'm gonna put the lighting down just a bit for this eye so you could really. So if you see, you can still see some shine on this eye as well. Okay, so I finished off my eyes, and as you can see, they're both very different, but they're both still really pretty. I wish I would have used different shades for this eye so you could really see, but I hope you get the gist of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that and got to learn something. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please let me know what you guys want to see from me next. A lot of you guys have told me that you wanted me to make a YouTube channel and that you guys want to see more YouTube videos from me and all of that, but you guys never interact with me, so I would like to know what you guys would like to see. I'm already planning on doing some looks in drag. I want to show you guys pretty much how I get in drag, maybe some, in the future, maybe some performance videos. Honestly, I don't want my channel just to be some makeup channel. I want it to just be a Brian Vega channel, and I want it to be, you know, a little bit of everything I do. So I would love to do a Q&A for my next video. I'll probably get in drag and look like a bad bitch for you guys, and I just want to sit down, answer questions for you guys, and just be the raw, unfiltered me, because my main thing about YouTube is I want you guys to get to know me. I find that it's always really difficult for me to portray my personality and who I am as a person through camera and through online social media and blah, 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 because I'm very introverted, wanting to live an extroverted life. What I mean by that is I don't, it sounds shitty, but I don't care about necessarily meeting all these people, and I'm not big on like commenting and like engaging with all these people and stuff that I don't necessarily know and stuff like that. I'm more so very outgoing in person. So if you meet me, you would love me, but through social media and stuff, I feel like it's hard for me to portray that. So yeah, I just want to show more of who I am as a person, what interests me, what I like, and I just want to grow. So please, like I said, like this video. If you learned anything, please share, let people know, and please, please, please ask me questions. I'll probably put up a poll on Instagram and maybe even Twitter, so you guys could just ask me questions. I'm gonna have all of my social medias linked down below, as well as any products I use on my face if you guys have any questions about that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you learned something. God bless. I love you. Don't die. Be amazing. And see you next time.